I once had a job where I was always looking at the clock. I told myself I will never, ever look at time at work again. I really wanted to contribute. I wanted to help companies and people live the life that they were supposed to live.
To me, this idea that on a daily basis, I have this power or this ability to make a difference and generate impact.
When I wanted to come back to an agency, I wanted to find a place I believed in, find a home that pushes you every day, pushes you to be better, and pushes you to provide fantastic service for clients.
I started here as an intern, and I remember being so nervous and anxious, but really excited about what lied ahead. And lo and behold, 8 years later, I'm still excited about what I do. Every day presents new challenges and opportunities for me to grow and develop.
Allez ouvert dans quelle matière?
Géographie.
This is what I wanted to show you. I started as a journalist, and then there was politics, where I was press attaché of the Premier. I was in my mid-20s. What an experience. Yeah, a great experience. That, in fact, when you're so young with so many responsibilities, when you become a boss, you don't limit the responsibilities of a younger co-worker. Yes, this is when I was in Paris as a diplomat, right after politics. Yes, I was about 28 years old. And that was awesome because during politics I didn't have any breaks. I was working around the clock, 365 days a year. So when I arrived in Paris, I realized, how good was a weekend, how good was an evening. But at the same time, I started being a little bit bored. So I started thinking about launching a business. I wanted to become an entrepreneur, but I didn't have the courage to become an entrepreneur at that time. So I came back to Montreal, had a few jobs, and eventually had Philippe. That was in 2000, yes. And I had a maternity leave that lasted something like 5 months, something like that. When I came back, each morning I was leaving my child behind. It had to be worth it, and it was not. So this is when I really decided to launch my business, because this was my call. So my vision was to create a house of communication with all the services under one roof, which, the roof in the logo of Casacom. And today, 20 years later, this is what we have accomplished. We offer all the services under one roof, a 360 integrated consulting firm. For our 10th anniversary, we opened an office in Toronto, and that made us a truly national firm. And we have, thanks to our 2 teams, one in Toronto, one in Montreal, 2 local teams, we have a truly deep understanding of both markets. And I think this is precious. And most recently, I partnered with Jean-Michel. I could not imagine a better partner. Together we form such a great team, and it's so fun working with them.
When I started at Casacom, the firm was just about to sign what would become a super important client. And I remember this client is the only thing that he was, looking for before signing the contract was knowing who would be in the chair of the account manager. And it would be me. I remember being at this very exact spot. I was with my wife. We were by the lake. It was an amazing Indian summer weekend with gorgeous colors. And I was in a mood of thinking to how I'm going to connect with that client, how I'm going to bring value. And so I was working on my key messages, essentially. And I spent a few hours. My wife was coaching me. She was, helping me to refine and bring some, crisp content, crisp messages. And I came back on the Monday morning at 8:30. I was confident, and we got the mandate. I was able to create that meaningful connection. Since that day, I know that coming back here by the water in the nature, it helps me coming back stronger and tackle my week ahead. Obviously, my role has evolved through the years, and I don't think it will stop. This idea that the clients, they come to us with an opportunity, with a challenge, and they already try to fix that or seize the opportunity, and they count on us to help them. There's this notion of new beginning every time a client comes to us, and I don't see that ending.
My evolution at Casacom has seen me move from a supplier role to a leadership role. Casacom is a home of communication, and for me, it's definitely my home for communication. One of the greatest things is the respect for leadership, and Marie-José, Jean-Michel are two people that I do respect. And when you have that kind of belief in your own company, it's really what gets you up in the morning. It's what gets you going in the morning.
What I like the most about my role at Casacom today is that I get to work with a variety of clients from a vast array of industries. I get to learn so much every day from them, and I really get to experience new things and learn new things. And I also love about my role is I get to work with these brands and really have that hands-on experience with them. And I think the biggest part of my role that I really love is helping and growing younger team members and helping them with their journey at Casacom and evolving and becoming PR and communications professionals. So I love how my role has changed over the years in becoming more of a leader in that aspect.
In a business, it's never like this, huh? The history of a business is never like this. It's organic and it moves. And at one point, we went very low, and I almost lost the business, in fact. While I was experiencing that difficult time, I was asking myself why I wanted to succeed, absolutely wanted to succeed. And in fact, it's because it's always been the greatest job I've ever had. And it's the greatest job for so many people in my team. So it was worth it to continue and fight, which we did and which I did. Right after that difficult moment, the business started growing very well. And it's still growing very well, and it's very exciting.
What makes Casacom unique is its culture. We have a team that's full of unique people that have each other's back, that are willing to go the extra mile for you. And we have an open and honest communication at Casacom. Everyone is allowed to speak their mind. You can challenge thoughts, bring new ideas to the table, and there's never any judgment. That's how I felt over the last 8 years, and I know that's going to continue in my journey at Casacom.
In our team, we often hear that everybody can count on each other. And this is precious. And it also means that we collaborate a lot between our offices in Toronto, in Montreal, and this enables us to work on so many pan-Canadian projects, major projects, but as one team, as one Casacom. This is a big source of pride.
In my role, I now have the opportunity to take the values that are the foundation of Casacom and bring them to a new generation of practitioners, to build a team that is going to essentially base their future careers on the same values that drive Casacom.
Casacom is like a diamond that you polish, and we want to continue polishing the diamond and making sure that we can offer the best, not only for employees, but for clients, of course. When I think of Casacom and myself when I'm going to be 70 years old, well, I won't be leading Casacom. Others will be. And I hope that I will be able to see, the repercussion of everything that I've done into projects, wonderful projects, into people, into companies. I want to see that growth in people everywhere in Canada.